Yeah, morning everyone. Welcome to this Wednesday edition of the Bread for Soul Convos with myself, Sir LSG. And the aim of this show, like we know, if it's the first time that you're watching this, the aim of the show is basically to share knowledge and experiences with industry experts, whether it's DJs, producers, mastering engineers, which we'll have one tomorrow, um, uh, inspiring icons like DJ's Boo yesterday, DJ Ganyani before, singers, songwriters, and so forth. But today, we are sharing knowledge and experiences from a venue perspective, and specifically running a Shisanyama Kokasi. And today, I remember back when Oskido and Kabzela were at YFM, and what used to happen, they used to disrupt the status quo, and they started doing house music shows on Sundays, which was uncalled for because Sundays for the longest of time in South Africa has always been about playing old soul music from America and the UK, and those guys changed the game by introducing a new way to party on Sundays, starting with the radio show. And I think the Sunday party kind of really, not really started from there, but it became more prominent that people can go out on Sundays and we can throw a nice party on Sundays. So today I'm happy to be hosting MOJO'S Shisanyama, a venue that we work with. And when I say we, myself, Ralph Gam, we do a lot of events with the venue. I think we do about 4 events in a year, but they do other events with other artists as well. And I think it's important for us to share knowledge, especially to people who are keen in learning about how to run a business, specifically a Shisanyama. So, on the other side of the line, I am hosting Zanele Kumalo. I'm trying to unmute you so we can get this thing. Check if you can unmute yourself on your side, Zane. Oh yeah, there we
Yes,
go.
I have.
Welcome. How are you?
Hi, I'm good and yourself.
I'm great. I'm great. Thank you.
Lovely.
Well, firstly, before we start, actually, let me um, just bring this element in to people. Guys, if you're watching this, you can
Yes.
be a part of the show. And I'm asking a question to the viewers, anybody watching this. Today's question is, which is your favorite Shisanyama in the country and why? Which one is your favorite Shisanyama in the country? And Za will be hoping that some of you mention Mojos. But I want to know, like, from you, like, be, before what, let's start by explaining your venue. What
Yeah.
what is Mojos? What do you guys do?
Um, Mojo's is a lifestyle. We're a family business that's run with family cause. We embedded in respect, but more than anything, we're about uplifting each other as employees and staff, and giving our people a good time. We don't really have customers; we have family. Giving our family a good time, making sure that all of the customers and people that come on site leave happy and bring more friends. So we're about good music. We're about good times, making and meeting new friends. Yeah, Ibumnand.
And the car wash part of the venue?
And that's our core business. Our core business is actually car wash. That's how everything began. Um, we were Mojo's Corner Car Wash, and that was about 15 years ago. Yeah, it was founded by my brother, Sbusiso Kumalo, and when he began, it was initially a car wash, and all they would do is wash cars, and the business just grew itself, I guess. And with hard work and dedication, it kind of happened.
Yeah. And if we could jump in onto this important part of Mojos as an establishment, um, the fact that you guys employ, firstly, you employ members around your community, but the core,
Local.
yeah, but the core members of your staff are family members and extended family members. Why is that such an important part of this family business?
Uh, I read somewhere once that if you want to make a difference in the world, you're supposed to start at home. It wasn't exactly written in that way, but hey, family matters. And if family can be strong and hold together, then a whole nation can be strong because a nation is made of families. So if imndeni ikhulisana iphilisana, um, that means the nation yonke iyakhula iyaphila, and then yeah, we grow. So it's about growing. It's about growing each other as a family as well. So that's very important.
Yeah, I love that so much. My I actually that inspired me to, like, one of my dreams now is to build a business where I can employ some of my own family relatives and family members. Because I think
Yeah,
it's such an important part that sometimes we get to live out as we grow as people. We might find people here, and there's nothing wrong with employing other people, but I think the family part also can be an important thing to do, especially for generations that are coming, for legacies that are coming after that. You know what I mean? um
we're Sakama Empire.
yeah, yeah, but tell me now, because you employ a lot of your family members, how difficult is it dealing with family members, especially now you're still a boss, like, it's not like, yeah.
So
How difficult is that?
I think I think sometimes the hardest part is yourself, because you're so used to being the boss emsebenzini, umdala emsebenzini. Nobody takes you as a child. Yeah, you tell people what to do, and now you go home, and then it's like how the roles have changed. But I think also the hardest part, ingane esebenzayo, um, as we work together, when you're at home, you have to switch, and sometimes it's not easy to switch because home is work, and the line is just so thin, and you just kind of end up crossing it sometimes.
Mm. But do you ever get
Yeah.
into moments where you need to now be firm, like, yay, I don't want any trouble, like, especially with regards to running a venue, minding that you might be talking to your uncle or someone like that?
Yeah, it has to happen. Phela emsebenzini isemsebenzini, and then ekhaya isekhaya.
Mm.
We try very hard, but yeah, we try very hard to make sure we keep the line visible.
Yeah. Okay.
Eh,
Because this is an informative show, I'm hoping that we can get some insights. Obviously we can't learn a whole business in an hour, but we can definitely get into some insights of how you get to do what you do. And I want to ask, this: how do you handle cash flow problems, like a venue to be sustainable like that for that long? You must have learned some financial lessons. Like,
of course.
what are some of the financial lessons that you've learned as you went by, with running this venue?
That it's very important to put away for a rainy day, as a person, but especially as a business. You have to have insurance for the business, and the business is its people. I'm just the face, more than anything. I'm what you see, but behind me is a force of young Black people, uh, that make it happen. Safety, the cash needs to be saved. My brother always taught me, the founder, he always taught me that business and personal needs to be separate, even in accounts. You can't be spending the business's money because you are not the business. The business is the business, and you are Zanele, and you will spend what you are paid by the business, but not the business's money. So it's very important to put away and be clear ukuthi imali yomsebenzi le ake sekungenzeka noma yini ngale.
Yeah. And talking about money and saving for rainy days, everybody's been affected so badly by COVID-19 and the lockdown. How have you guys dealt with the effects of the lockdown, especially from a financial point of view, you still have people that are employees. How have you managed to handle that situation?
Um, that situation, it's just a mess. COVID-19 is an absolute mess. Because we so family orientated here, ugcina usebenza ngenhliziyo, you know, you literally work with your heart. So all these people, they can't be at work. They understand nabo. Eh, the few that are at work, nabo bayabona there's hardly any work happening. But I think the lockdown has been mental more than physical on myself and everybody here at work, Cabo, because it's kind of it really feels like it's locking down umqondo, you know, just it's just confusing us in this whole life, I guess I would say. Yeah, it's been difficult, but right now at least we're able to sell takeaways. So we do takeaways and deliveries of our traditional African food. The car wash is open. Of course, we're following social distancing protocol. There are no eatings and drinkings allowed. So we're working as would a takeaway butchery or maybe even a drive-through, but you don't exactly drive in. You can walk in. You can't see the smiles because we've got masks on. But hey, smile again, please see you when we see you walk in.
Yeah, I love that so much. Um, and I want to talk about like the vibe, right? So I've been to Mojo's a couple of times, and but
Yeah.
mostly on Sundays, and we'll talk about how you guys divide the days in terms of music and stuff like that. But from the vibe itself, especially the music side of things, what is it about Mojo's? Like, what is it about the vibe of Mojo's that people love so much?
The music is good here. I will. The DJ can do the things like sometimes I'll be sitting and so serious about work and just seriously on some typing level, and just the DJ is just doing it. It's flowing. I think the music is what makes it happen here, and then obviously there's the good services as well, yeah. Um, but the DJs, they do their thing when they're here. They take it seriously in bed.
Mm. And what are some of those services that you have? You know, when somebody comes into Mojo's and goes and buys alcohol, maybe orders food, like what services do you really offer to your patrons?
Okay, so on site, we have the car wash, of course. So you can come through, we can get your car washed in and out, auto valet as well. We can also do that at your home if you're not into this whole vibe situation. But if you're a vibes person, there's friendly staff, there's the car wash Shisanyama, the Havli, the good music, and the overall relaxed atmosphere. Um, Everybody can kind of be themselves while looking good at the same time. Ela. Edla kahle, inyama imnandi cake. It's well done. Yeah, it's a good vibe. The food is cooked well. The chefs, they do their thing as well. So umnandi.
Yeah, we're gonna talk about the food very soon, very soon. Um, how do you? Oh, let me ask because you have partnerships with us. We do some events, but you also do other events with other artists. But I want to talk from a venue brand point of view, like and brands. I'm talking about your relationship with different brands out there. How do you always manage to create and grow those relationship with the different alcohol brands?
Constantly you learning. As you sebenza in business, you need to constantly be learning at all times. So what is happening currently in other venues in life in general, musically general, you need to always be learning about all of those type of things. So as you learn, you grow. And so ngaleso sikhathi ke ila kufomeka khona ama-bonds akanjalo with brands such as yourself, because i-bread for soul i-linked closely ne-non-profit organization yethu, MOJO'S Foundation, which is an ad hoc ad Ubuntu initiative um, from our founder. So constantly in business, fanele uhlezi umuntu ovula umqondo, obukayo ukuthi where you want to be as a business in so many years. You need to have these short-term goals, work towards them, meet them, pass them, because if you're going to keep on going around in one circle, if into ingenzeki, move on to the next thing, because uzolibe wenza one goal and not achieving it. So constantly you need to just keep on learning ukuze uzokwazi ukuthi kwenzakalani empilweni basically, ukwazi ukurelate nabantu, because we are a people orientated business. So if people are doing one thing, you need to be with them as well, and making sure that your vision is also met in that.
Yeah. I want to touch a bit as well on the charity thing that we do together. But before I ask that question, you mentioned something about learning from other people. What other
Yes.
venues have you learned from, and if you could name some of the couple of venues that you had when in your own growth you learned some stuff from those venues.
um I like going to, I'm a Shisanyama, I'm that girl. I'm that girl also ithole lokishini yabo Shisanyama. So I go everywhere and I learn from all of them. Um Obviously our giant here in Durban is Max's lifestyle, and if you're a Shisanyama and you're not learning from him, then well, there's some other avenue you're in. But obviously, yes, Max's lifestyle. I've learned from um, Eyadini. I've learned from Wiseman's G section. I've learned from every Shisanyama that there is, because Shisanyama is about ilogish. It's about the lifestyle, yabo. The ichinji yaselokishini yabo. So you have to go and pick up something in every location, and make sure that you don't pick up into yakulelo lokishi. You pick up yours alone. I've come to your side of town as well, in Joburg, and Soweto, okay, the limelight of Shisanyama life. We've been to some in Pretoria as well. With our good friend, with our good business and family friend, who Oscar Mashifo. So he makes sure we go to the right places where we'll not only have a good time, but also learn what we can incorporate into our vision. Because you don't just copy. You have to have a backbone, a backdrop that you are copying onto. You can't just be taking ideas from people, even as a person, yabo, but most especially from a business. You take those ideas that are relevant to your line of business. You learn from those people that are growing in the cycle that you would like, or in the avenue that you would like to grow into as a personal business. Yeah.
And the thing that I like the most about that, and you just coming out like that, is that it seems like you don't feel like there's competition. You don't feel like I can't mention Max's lifestyle because it's Mojo's platform. You know what I mean? I like the fact that sorry, you were saying.
That's an issue. Hey, that's competition. Competition, yes, it's important, but competition shouldn't be to break each other down. Competition should be to build each other up. Um, my brother, boss, and founder of Mojo's, he's a very grounded person. So there's something that he always says, that if we unite as a black business, we'd even be bigger than any other type of business. We are so skilled, we are so experienced, we are so Siyabekezela. Uh, some of the greatest black businessmen, they had to bekezela. When you listen to their story, the men and women, you'd be like, hey, but wena? You're like, oh, there's, there's been so much perseverance. So if there was more unity in competing rather than trying to kill each other and breaking each other down, you know,
Mm.
we'd be further. We'd be further as a black business. And this type of a business, the Shisanyama business, is a booming business
Mm.
amongst black people. Sibaningi futhi everywhere, and the white people, they love it. The other color people, everybody loves it. So we should have been capitalizing on it by uniting. Elokishini, if there are 5 venues that supply such a type of service, then we should ensure that from the airport, millions of tourists come elokishini and spread amongst all of these venues. They must not only come to Mojo's, they must go to Mojo's, they must go to uh, Sky's Cafe, they must go to Artisan Lounge, they must go to Wiseman's, they must go to every single um, Shisanyama establishment and learn about us
Mm.
and eat our meat and eat our food, learn our language and listen to our music.
Yeah.
Do you know what I'm saying?
I know, I love that so much, and we will talk about food. Trust me, a bit later. I just wanna
Yeah,
remind,
we'll get deeper.
I wanna remind people that, guys, the question for today is that, which is your favorite shisanyama and why? Send those answers.
Mine.
Send those answers in the comment section, and
Okay, can I ask
we'll get to them.
before I answer
Okay.
these
No, no, no. I'm,
questions?
I'm not gonna ask you. I'm not asking you that question at all. Trust me. I'm asking.
Oh,
I'm asking the viewer who's watching there. They need to let us know
please.
which is
I
their
hope.
favorite shisanyama. I can't. I mean, I can't honestly ask you that
Okay,
because
would you answer that when as Lesejo, not as the LSG?
yeah, yeah. I mean, how can I? How would I do that? Because like most of the time, my experiences at Chisanyamas is solely based on me being Sir LSG. So I go there, because most of the time when I
That's
experience,
right.
but I'll tell you, I've got a couple. The first one, number one, number
All right.
number one has to be Mojo's, ne? Because firstly, our relationship and the humility that you have. I've never had issues working with you. I really love that. And secondly, because of the food, the food at Mojo's is, guys, trust me, the food is on point. And like I said, we will get to the food part. But the second Shisanyama from the top of my head is Jack Buddha in Mamelodi. That was actually my first experience of seeing a Shisanyama, but like the food is done so well. It's presented in such a nice way. It's clean, nicely plated. And I've been to Shisanyamas before where they just slapping the meat on those boxes, the
Ish,
24 pack, and put the meat there once you buy the meat. And that's not cool.
don't even.
That, that
They're
is
killing us now, yes. They're
the,
dragging us in the mud.
they are, but I wanna show you something. Okay, let's talk about food because we already started now. What's your favorite item on the menu? Yase Motos.
La emsebenzini, I love i-oxtail nesquatan.
What's
Yeah,
squakan?
yeah. Mabulali indoda. My grand used to call it mabulali indoda.
What is
But yeah,
squakan?
it's basically putu and beans in
Mm.
one juice. So delicious, and the way they do it here, okay.
Mm. Yeah, ne. I'm just sharing some pictures as we talk about this. My personal favorite when it comes to the food at Mojo's, ne, is inyama yenhloko. I don't know what do you call it. Is it usu?
Yes. No, usu enye, usu le yangaphakathi,
Oh
usu
yes, yes,
nethumbu,
yes, yes, yes.
yangaphakathi.
And what?
Inhloko i-lip meat.
Ah, yes. No, that's my favorite item on the Mojo's menu. So yeah, I mean, we can if we just carry on with the chat. You seem to have a solid structure in terms of suppliers, and I mean the sound guy has been the sound guy ever since I've been to Mojo's. You've got a photographer who's been the same photographer. In addition, that's actually the guy I use whenever I'm in Durban. I take pictures. I call, "Hey, Boo, come on, my
with
brother.
him.
I'm playing." Even if I'm not playing at Mojo's, he's always he comes through, and we take photos. Why is it important to keep this team of people going, like a regular team?
It's important to keep. It's good to keep the same supplier because he understands you and you are working together. It's more than just that day. It's more than just umhlaka 8 to 30 decades. It's more than just that event. You guys are working together on a consistent basis. So niyapilisana, niyakulisana, and niyafundisana. You even tell other people about your supplier. If anybody asks you, hey, some guy, no bula, stage and lighting, Eon, those type of things. Um, Also, it's important as Black business to grow together. I think, yeah,
I love
on
that.
that.
I love that so much. But I must say something. We can't always. I've got something negative to say about, not about the sound, but like
Oh
your
my God.
no, no. But it's at least it's
What's
something
the
that
negative thing?
at least it's something that can be fixed. It's not a problem, But as a DJ
Yeah.
for an establishment like Mojo's, and this is a very important establishment, the gigs that you guys do, the people that are there, the magnitude of people that are there. I'm gonna tell your sound guy after me and you chat. I'm gonna tell your sound guy that he needs to bring proper CDJs. He needs to bring proper CDJs to Mojo's.
I was so hurt on that day. Like, she's a personal favorite. You know this, yes?
No, 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 no. I'm
I,
not. No, no. I'm not even talking about that issue. Let's leave that issue. That's like that happens with everyone. But I'm talking about
yeah.
CD players. So CD players that he supplies you are CDJ 350s. There's nothing wrong with them. They will play the audio,
Mm-hmm.
but they are not the best for your standard. That needs to just increase. That's all I wanted to say, and then we can move on. Um, but do you understand? I know you're not a tech person. You actually don't even care about equipment. But I'm gonna speak to him after this. I wanna ask you about
Thank you. Thanks for mentioning that last bit because
yes,
I'm just sitting here
like
thinking,
what?
okay.
I know, but I want us to talk about how do you divide your weekends, your weekend days in terms of music? Because I know you got Friday, Saturday. You open the whole week, but specifically from Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. How do you divide those in terms of music?
Groove Soul, one word. His name is Groove Soul. Um, there's a gent here that works here. He's just a bomb. Groove Soul, Santana. But yeah, they work together. And yeah, Ibona Gabenza show. Friday, this is what we're listening to. Saturday, this is what we're listening to. But obviously, the people as well. Yes, one genre of music may be loved more than another, but so they make sure that all of music is listened to because this is an establishment. It's open to all lovers of music. So they need to all be accompanied, that everybody needs to make sure that each person gets their type of music that they get here, that they like here.
Mm. And what would you say is or which would you say is your biggest night usually?
My biggest
Night. So between Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, which one is
thing.
really, yeah? I wanna hear people know that I Ziawa. I mean Ziawa all weekend, but what is that special
Mhm.
night for you between Friday, Saturday, and Sunday?
Usually Sunday. I think like Tebu Ninja, Sunday is an outdoor day. And nobody really wants to go to a club or whatever. Yeah, so Sunday is a good day. But um, before COVID, throughout the weekend was basically good, because baningi abantu and yes, ziningi nendawo to go to, but people each day there would be people coming in. But Sunday is usually a good day because most of our events are also on a Sunday. So that's one of our most established days.
Mm. And I know, I mean, you say that, I mean, Sunday, yes, is the big day, right? But I remember there was one event and it was
On
so packed on a
Friday.
Friday.
Oh
And
my God.
and you
That's
hardly
my
have
highlight.
you hardly have events on Fridays, especially like big events on Fridays. But this time we did an event. Do you remember that event? What was happening there?
I do. It was actually that's my one of my highlights. It was actually our first Friday event, hey? It it was our first event on a Friday and it blew our minds. It wow, it was the bomb. My favorite was here, Monique Bingham. And yeah, she and I are besties. But
Yeah,
anyway, yeah, and yourself, you were also here,
I
and
was, I was, I was.
and Ralph. Yeah, it was a beautiful Friday. It was very lovely. I
Yeah,
can't even remember the name of the event or what it was about. I just know Monique was
that's because we do so.
here.
That's because we do so many events together. You can't remember. um.
And another one of our highlight events has to be the foundations event, though. Yeah, that's a highlight event too.
Oh, you mean the charity one, right?
Yes, the charity one. Yeah.
Yeah. Just can we quickly talk about that? Why is it so? Why was it important for us to do, like, from your end? I mean, we did it together, but from your end, why was it important for you to be part of a charity event?
Because life is difficult for everyone, Everyone's facing their own difficulties, and the last thing you need to be is hungry while facing those difficulties, you know. Um, and all these people that live here, they've the reason why I'm looking this side is because there's glass here and I can see my neighbors. But all the people that live here, we are them. They've made us what we are. We wouldn't be anywhere without omakhelwane nabantu abahlala amongst us. So when we can, it's important that we give back to them because they tolerate, they support. Because when I ufika for an event, phela, but constantly bona, they are here, kubone.
Mm.
So yeah,
I
I
think,
think it's important. And we've, as a family, been there as well, where a church gives us when we most need or a yeah, so we've been there as well. We've
mm,
been on the receiving end of i-charity enjengale esasiyenzile as Bread to Soul no Mojo's.
mm.
So it's important to get from time to time.
Yeah, yeah, and I'm hoping that we will. I mean, obviously, we can't do it in October again because of COVID, but definitely next year, as things start to get back to normal, we should continue doing that. You know, I was also very happy to be part of that project. Um, but talking about community and the people that are around you, I know you've got support from them because you not only do you give back in that way, but you do employ other people from the community. But it's not always everyone who's happy with the noise. Um, what? How do you deal with neighbors who are like? I remember like one neighbor specifically. We were about to leave after the gig, and she was not having it. She's like, "Switch off this thing. You know, it's too loud." How do you deal?
As in,
How do you deal with neighbors like that? The relationship that you have with them.
when you're in the wrong, you must apologize. Yabo. When you're in the wrong, you must apologize and do better. You
Mm,
know,
mm,
uh, they understand. God, apparently, frustration gets the best of everyone. And it's understandable when you guys are here and you are doing your thing. The radio is loud. There are so many people here, yabo. So there are people too, yabo. So Nati, as much as we are businessing and so forth and so on, we understand them as well as a people. So we apologize and do better. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I think COVID is a very good time for them in terms of that end, you know.
Yeah.
Lots of silence. Scaboya, though.
Definitely. We will be back very soon. And you've hosted some of, who are some of the biggest names or in the game that you've hosted at your venue?
Kanyani. Kanyani. If I don't know, everyone's been here. Crystals, yeah, Fresh, Dira, Mampin, Babes. Yeah, a lot of people have been here.
Yeah, no, I am glad that you mentioned my name among those, even though I don't consider myself the biggest name, but I'm headed there. I'm definitely headed there.
On
Eh,
the way.
yeah, I'm headed there. I'm headed there. But tell me, uh, I want to talk about friends, right? Like, Zahr, you've got a venue that's popping, and I'm sure you've got friends, and obviously some friends you build friendships as you know the venue grows. Some people come in, you know, they become family. Some become friends. How do you deal with friends and money, like especially with your business? Like, do you have those friends who are like, hey man, can you just give us a bottle there, or something like that?
Mhm.
Give us a free ticket.
I hope I hope they're hearing you. No shame. No, no shame. No, my people are not like that. As in, I do. I have friends. Shout out to Zin, shout out to Kanyo, my happy people. Ashley, yeah, I do. I have friends, but no, I'm actually with. Sometimes they don't really come here often because I don't have fun with them when I'm here. I just automatically get into work mode, so they don't like to come chill here with me. They come and event here or maybe wash their cars and whatever. But they don't come chill here with me. When we're chilling, we go elsewhere.
Hmm. Ah, that's cool. I'm
And
just
Abashloop, they buy their booze, they buy here. The best thing about them, they support me.
That's amazing, and I think we need that, not only like from a venue side, but a promoter as well who would be doing an event. Guys, whoever is watching this, if you know somebody who's a promoter, or you know a DJ who is promoting an event and is hosting an event, these guys, they are spending a lot of money creating that event. Firstly, sometimes I mean our deals always differ with you, and I mean I won't disclose, but I'm just saying in general sense, you'll find that a DJ becomes a promoter, pays the DJs, pays the venue, pays the sound system, and so many costs, and then still has to market the event. And as friends, the least we can do is support that friend, you know. And supporting is not standing at the gate say, hey, I'm outside, I won't forget that. No,
Send
no,
me
no.
no song la,
No, 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 no.
freebies, cut
Mm,
the freebies. That
yeah,
is supporting, cut the freebies.
exactly, exactly.
Like take a freebie here and there, Choma, but not Jalo.
Yeah, I remember like when I used to do my own events back at home in Mafikeng, my own friends, like I would literally, like there's a friend of mine who didn't have a car. I would go fetch him, I would drop him off at the gate. I wouldn't go inside the venue with him. Like he needs to pay. Like the security will know. No, this guy is paying for himself. You know, cause I wanted to, in at least instill that culture of support. And by support, it actually
Yeah,
means more than just being there. It means paying and also helping me recover those costs.
fine.
You know what I mean? Um,
That's
just I want to ask you two questions. The first one being, um, will we see a bigger, will we see Mojo's, like, is there a bigger vision? Like, will we see this venue becoming a franchise? Have you guys spoke about that, or not?
um yes, we have. We spoke about it. I don't think so. I don't know. It would work. I am a girl at the end of the day, so yeah, it would work, but I don't know, not yet. Maybe in a short while, not yet,
Mm,
because we still need to grow. And COVID-19 is is definitely forcing for businesses to change our business model.
mm,
Um, the type of venue that we actually need people ukuthi bahlangane babe baningi in one area. Lento ka 50 is just is not gonna cut it.
mm.
So franchising would work, but it wouldn't be a now thing because okwamanje business model need to be shifted, but in such a way that it still works with the original vision of Mojo's investments.
Mm. Okay, no, I love that. I'm hoping that I'm really hoping for not. It doesn't have to growth doesn't have to come in a form of franchising, but I really do hope that you guys grow or keep on growing. Where you are even supporting more people than you've already supported. But I want to ask you because you mentioned COVID. What are some of the well besides COVID, but what are some of the really difficult things about running a venue?
Um, staffing, I think anything related to staff and staffing. Because Tina, we're not just an event venue, we're not a club nje, yabo. So there are a lot of people employed here, and because they are locals, yabo, you kind of end up knowing their life. Um, but I think the most difficult thing about running such a venue would be staffing and finances, because at the end of all the smiles and all the good music, um, everything must make sense. CENTS, yeah.
Mm,
So, and in making the sense, all expenses need to be covered. So it's probably the back the back office running, because running a business is not really about smiling and just enjoy taking pictures. Kubone. There's there's planning that you need to do. You need to make sure monitoring is done, organizing, controlling of resources. Resources also include people. We are one. So staffing and financing has to be probably for me um, two or top two in terms of the hard things of running a business.
mm. I've got a comment here from somebody. I just want to put it up so you can see it too. Um, and it's coming from David Deza Leroux. He says, oh, yeah, that been to Mojo's and hosted one of our annual events there. Hashtag Music Vault Durban Invasion. The atmosphere
Mm-hmm.
and ambience there was exceptional. The food and people are for the night. Considering that we are an events company from Johannesburg and understanding the dynamics of people and social events, being at Mojo's has a great future. Yeah, has a great future ahead. Okay, shout out to this initiative and the education you're offering today. Shout out to you, bro. Do you want to comment to that?
Thank you. Thank you, dear Jens. Yes, I do know Music Vault.
Mm,
I can't remember the gent's name at the top of my head,
mm,
but his contact is Uzugumata. Um, he's our guy for posters, but he's also a DJ. He goes by Mr. Five as a DJ. Um, so yeah, that Mr. Music Vault is his contact.
mm,
But yeah, they I think they've done two events here. Yeah, I think they've done two. Their first one was really great. There were some issues. I think there was a weather problem or whatnot with their second one, but yeah, they've done two events, and I think they worked out quite well, both of them.
yeah. And I'm glad you mentioning the weather thing because to people who are watching this, guys, if you're watching this, please also understand that yes, you might want to start a venue, you might want to get into doing events, but it won't always go your way. Like we have had some successful events, but we've had events as well where they weren't so successful. And it happens like that. It's part of the business, and I think it's an important part to mention. It's an important thing to mention to people. I've got one more guy, especially says his favorite is 033 lifestyle in Maritzburg. You get
Oh
overwhelmed
yeah,
by the music.
I've been there too.
I love
I like it.
033.
The
Yeah.
music is just the same. It's beautiful.
Yes. Yes.
Some of the guys that have been here go there as well. Abo Sequence, Malova,
Mm,
um, Pums, and them. Yes,
mm.
I've seen a lot of them there. Smokey, yeah, yeah.
Yeah. No, I definitely love it too. Just in closing, Zahr, if you could, do you have, if you could change, I mean, obviously COVID has affected, but going into the future, what are some of the things that you think, that you feel as Mojos you will be doing differently from the experience of COVID-19?
This experience has been mind-boggling. Um, because it's forced to shift focus, or rather to focus differently. So what we have to do differently is we have to change our business model. Obviously, we have short-term and long-term goals that are set in place, and we are working towards them. Yabo. I wish all of our customers know where we come from, one container, yabo. And so being this big is as big as we can be, and we're gonna get bigger. So COVID-19 is showing us the importance of change, change towards the direction of technology. Because everything now is AI. Go on. So we need to incorporate AI into our strategy and into our business plan, going forward for Mojo's, yabo.
Mm,
Because it's the only way to be able to survive.
mm,
If we are to strive, uh, businessically,
mm,
then we need to make sure that we incorporate AI,
mm,
all of that technology,
mm.
that jazz, I know nothing about. I will take what. We
Yeah.
need to we need to incorporate all of that,
Mm,
into our strategy to be able to survive the next wave of life, I guess.
mm. Definitely. And
That's what I've learned for business in COVID. And association, I think, most recently I'm learning the importance of association, because we must unite within ourselves as business. So Mina, when I say within, I mean as a team we must unite in business. But as businesses as well, we need to we need to unite, because that type of association, is what may help, not even may, is what will help,
mm,
in the future. Go on. So we need to unite basically
mm.
as business. Association would definitely work. It's time.
Definitely. And I'm just from the top of my mind now, something that came through. Um, you could have an event planned um, at your venue on a certain date, and someone, another promoter, could hit you up for the same date and say, "Hey, I want to do this event. Here's a great lineup that I have." And if when you have that association and that unity with other venues, it's easy for you to call Max's Lifestyle and say, "Hey, bro, Max,
Mhm.
I've got this guy on this date. He wants this. I can't supply him with the venue. If you are keen on
Oh,
the
I'd love.
lineup, you know what I mean. I like that so much.
Yeah,
Yeah.
association will help us all to grow,
Mm,
because Putipela, we all have services,
mm,
so we might end up using a supplier, some business, some
mm, mm.
so association will help in many ways, I think.
Sure. Before we close, I just wanna send a shout out to a few people who answered the question and tell their answers. I see Masande Komle says Black Impala in PE. I've been to Black Impala, the most amazing
Okay.
treatment ever. There's Bahamas in Kwatema, Bahamas too. Hey man,
I've heard about Bahamas.
Yeah,
Lalela, like I so want to go there.
yeah. When you come to Joburg
I've,
next year, next year we're gonna go there.
I've heard good things only.
Mm. And there's someone, Bruno Soul says Shisanyama Shandis in KZN is his favorite. Also,
Lazi.
Joe's Butchery, yeah, Joe's Butchery in Kahiso. And one last one, Toby Simkize says JR Bry, JR's Bry House. It's also in Durban, in Glenwood, right? Yeah. Cool. Anyway, I wanna thank you so much, Zahr, for doing this. You know, I really appreciate your time.
Thank you very much, Lesejo. Thank you very much. I'd like to send a shout out to everyone watching and to all of our customers. We thank you. We love you. We miss you so much. Like, guys, we miss you so much. We miss the queue in the toilet when the girls can't get in. We miss konke nje lokho sibaningi sonke together, and especially the good music. Huge shout out to the DJs, MOJO'S, our group Soul T1, Mr. Five, Alness, everybody, they know themselves. And yeah, Ice Queen, Absolute. There's too many of them to mention. And but a huge shout out to you too as well. Thank you for giving me this opportunity to be able to share as a business person to other business people and those interested as well in coming into business.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. I mean, you might as well count us, myself and Ralph, as part of the DJ set Mojos because, you know,
Uti, I might as well.
count myself and Ralph come in as part of the DJs. That's a Mojos.
Oh, Malalela, you're a family, Pela.
For sure, for sure. No,
You're a family.
cool. No, thank you so much. Enjoy your days. Huh?
Okay, thanks.
Cool.
And all of you guys, ne?
For sure, for sure. Peace out. I just want to say to people, guys, tomorrow on the show, I've got a mastering engineer, and this is someone, Andreas Balaskas. He's from Master Lab in Germany, and he's always mastered since 2006. Oh, sorry about that. Since 2006, he's always mastered go-go music stuff. So I always hear people, bruh, how do you get your sound like this? Hey, you mastering, hey, go-go music masterings, album mastering, you know, like, yes, if you wanna know the quality, who actually rounds up the mix quality from go-go music, you know, from myself, Ralph Kam, and many of the go-go artists as well, who is in charge of the final steps of our production. This is Andreas Balaskas from Master Lab DE. Join in on the conversation. If you are a producer, if you know a producer, tag them so that they can be part of the conversation as well. Yeah, and that's it. Thanks for watching. Let's be creative. Peace out.